Hi, Valley here. I thought I'd share a recipe for my lamb soup by using a photo. So I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, so this is one that I've had recently, and this is the beginning of it. So I've got all my ingredients obviously chopped up and put into the pan. So down the bottom, I've actually chose to use lamb neck cutlets and put about four in the bottom. And then I've chopped up a whole heap of vegetables. Now, usually I only add in not even a teaspoon of salt, and that's all that you need to get a really yummy soup. Or you can add things like a little bit of turmeric, or if there's some other types of spices that you want to add into it for flavoring. Add obviously pepper if you're okay with pepper. So these are the different vegetables that I just chopped up and thrown. It's so simple, honestly, and it's so quick and yummy. And I just cook it for 45 minutes. So I put my timer on, and this is a pressure cooker actually, but I don't bother with the pressure cooker. Basically, because I actually prefer it not being pressure cooked. So the lamb's in the bottom. So you want to have your meat in the bottom, and so that the fluid is over the top of it. Then I've added some leek. Obviously, you can see peas in there. The white pieces that you can see are choco, which is actually really nice because it tastes like potato. It's got the texture of potato when it's cooked, and it picks up the flavour of what's in the pan. So a really good alternative for potato because it's not a root vegetable. Then some of the other vegetables in our are choysum. So choysum is a Chinese vegetable. There's a little bit of pumpkin now. I don't put a lot of high glycemic vegetables into my soups because I just don't want to be overstimulating the pancreas. And then also the other leafy vegetable in there is Chinese cabbage. Very, very simple. And then you obviously I boil up the water first and pour that over once all the vegetables are in there with the meat and usually about an inch above. So if I push the vegetables down, you see that there's an inch of water above the food that's in there. Yeah, so that's a very easy and very yummy meal that you can make. Now, I usually have it with my flatbread that I've put another video in my channel that you can have a look at if you want to look at how to make a flatbread that is grain-free, which is really easy on your gut. Because I know there's quite a number of people who find it difficult to know what to eat, just in a general way, because we're so used to eating all of this rubbish from supermarkets and packaged stuff and stuff like that, and we really do need to get back to eating like our ancestors and how our body is intended to eat, and the way that it functions, so that we can get the nutrition into our cells as well, rather than all of this dry stuff that keeps us dehydrated and all the chemicals in it. I mean, all of this food in here is spray free. The lamb isn't. So, well, the lamb is not organic, is what I meant to say. But I think most of our food, or most of our meat grown here out on the pasture is actually pretty healthy. Yeah, so this is a really good option, a very easy option. Of course, you don't have to use lamb. You could use beef. Chicken isn't a really good meat because it's even if it's organic, that's fed with corn, which isn't good for our gut. Pork isn't that great either because that's also usually grain fed. And you could do fish, but you wouldn't want to cook it. You probably need to cook your vegetables partially first before you added the fish into it. Okay, so I hope this is a good option for you, something that you can add to your diet.